Good evening, friends. It's Miss Patty at Samuel's Public Library with my friend Bingo. Yes, he's excited because we're going to read our Goodnight stories. And the first one is about his friend George, and it's called Bart George. Right, Bingo? Yeah. So let me get that book for you. I hope you're having a great day and had a yummy dinner and are getting all ready for bed. So this is a story that's very popular, kind of funny, and maybe you've read it before, but I thought it would be a fun one. Bart George by Jules Pfeiffer. Bart George. George's mother said, "Bart George." George went, "Meow." "No, George," said George's mother. "Cats go meow, dogs go arf. Now, Bart George." George went, "Quack, quack." "No, George," said George's mother. "Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now, Bart George." George went, "Oink." "No, George," said George's mother. "Pigs go oink, dogs go arf. Now, Bark, George." George went, "Moo." George's mother took George to the vet. "I'll soon get to the bottom of this," said the vet. "Please bark, George." George went, "Meow." Look at his mom. She's kind of sad. The vet reached deep down inside of George, and he pulled out a cat. Oh my goodness. How about that? "Bark again, George." George went, "Quack, quack." The vet reached deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a duck. What a surprise. "Bark again, George." George went, "Oink." And the vet reached deep, deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a pig. "Hey, bark again, George." George went, "Mm." The vet put on his longest latex glove. Then he reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George. Look at Mom. She's covering her eyes. She cannot even stand it. And pulled out, you guessed it, a cow. "Bark again, George." George went, "Arf." Imagine that. They look pretty happy. Yay, George. George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet and the cat and the pig and the cow and the duck. On the way home, she wanted to show George off to everyone on the street. So she said, "Bark, George." And George went, Are you ready? Hello. Oh dear. Do you think he ate the vet? Maybe. That's kind of a fun, silly story, isn't it? So we're getting a lot of rain that we needed, and I hope you've been able to have fun playing, maybe some indoor things, maybe with your Legos and coloring some great pictures for the fridge. Come into the library. We still have crafts for you to take home and make things. So my next story for you is called Arlo, the lion who couldn't sleep. Do you ever have trouble sleeping sometimes? Well, this is about Arlo, who understands. By Catherine Rayner. It's a new book. Arlo was a very tired lion. He had tried everything, but he could not get to sleep. He does look a little bedraggled, doesn't he? Poor Arlo. The grass was too prickly and the earth was too hard. The trees were too noisy, but the desert was too quiet. The sun was too hot, but the night was too cold. His family was warm, but they wriggled too much. Everybody knows that lions need lots of sleep, and Arlo was exhausted. Will I ever sleep again? Arlo sighed. But Arlo wasn't the only one who was awake. Of course you will, said a voice from above. I sleep through the day when it's bright, noisy, and hot. Shall I tell you how? And the owl began to sing. Think about the places where you'd like to be, the things you'd like to do there, and what you might see. Relax your whole body. Slow your breathing right down. Imagine you're sinking into the soft ground. As you fall into calmness, so comfortable and deep, your mind will rest and you'll drift off to sleep. Does that sound like a good plan? Can't hurt. Arlo stretched, wriggled, and tried to relax, while Owl sang her song once more. Arlo thought of the places he would like to go and see. He imagined bounding up mountains, wading in rivers, and climbing enormous trees. Then Arlo imagined he might need a rest. So he pictured himself cuddled up with his cozy, snoring family. And before he knew it, he was sleeping too. Yay for Arlo. Arlo woke up feeling the sun on his coat. He had been asleep for hours and felt happy, fresh, and full of energy. He couldn't wait to tell Owl. Little Owl, roared Arlo, I slept, hooray! Well done, came a tired voice from above. But now you've woken me up. Oh dear. I'm sorry, said Arlo. Shall I sing your song to you? Owl nodded her tired head, and Arlo began to sing. And while he sang, Owl thought of the places she would go and see. She imagined flying over waters, soaring high and fast, and gliding through the wild forests. Before she knew it, Owl felt starlit light on her feathers. She had slept through the day and felt wonderful and rested. Hooray, Owl! And Arlo cheered. We're pleased you have slept, but now you've woken all of us up, the grumpy pride grumbled together. Sorry, said Arlo, but we know what to do, hooted Owl. And Arlo and Owl sang together. Think about the places where you'd like to be, the things that you do there, and what you might see. You could think about that too. Where would you like to be? And what would you like to do there? Relax your whole body. Slow your breathing right down. Imagine you're sinking into the soft ground. As you fall into calmness, so comfortable and deep, your mind will rest and you'll drift off to sleep. And before long, everyone was asleep, including Arlo. Everyone except, that is, Owl. Because Owl stays awake at night, right? Who spread her wings and flew silently into the long, quiet night. The end. I like that story. That's a new one for us. And the illustrations are so pretty. Well, I hope you have a great night. Sleep well, have good dreams, and wake up bright tomorrow with big plans. So look forward to seeing you here at Samuel's. Take care. Bye-bye.